Yo, what's good? It's your boy Nick Dob, back with another banger. Of course, today we're going to be taking a look at gold. A little different in video. It's going to be more of a recap video. I wasn't able to screen record the entire breakdown video beforehand. So we're going to be looking at the recording of the trade I took. And I'm going to be just going over the pattern that I seen and how I executed this trade. Let's get right into it. So here on my screen, we are going to be looking at this triangle pattern here. You can see that I am on my 15-minute time. So each of these candlesticks are going to be 15 minutes. So you can see here, starting off down on this low here, the market decided to make that V-shaped recovery, finding some resistance up here, only of course to follow back down, respecting this trend line here and starting the triangle. So once the triangle was completed, after I see a touch one, touch two, and touch two, you pretty much have your triangle. And of course, everything after these first four touches is just extra. So you can see the market respected this trend line again here, the base of the triangle, and you can see how it never really made a lower low. It respected the lower highs, and you can see it continued, and also continued to make a perfect retest here back into the pattern, which is where I took my second trade of the day. So let's get into the first trade and see how I broke it down. So we can see that I'm in the trade here, and I stated that if price inverts here, then we can expect the market to continue the bullish momentum. Price kept pushing, broke above it, and that's where we started to move our stop loss into profit. You can see here it is going to make a nice retest to the center of the fair value gap here, and you can see here that we are now a smooth profit, about $500 in profit. So you can see here, this is when I entered a second trade here. I moved my stop loss into profit. So pretty much if the market was to just crash back down, pretty much a break-even trade. Profit 400, there'll be negative 400. So pretty much a break-even trade here with my second trade open, and we're just gonna let that keep playing out. You can see at this point here, I'm marking that triangle because we are getting to the top of the triangle here. And I'm over here also typing away in the Discord, letting the team know that, hey, we are breaking out of the triangle. Get ready for a pullback back into the triangle, and we can continue to buy. Looking at the time here, I noticed that we had 30 minutes until 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is a pivotal time frame in the market. It's a 4-hour break off. Every 4 hours is going to be that 10, that 2, of course, the 6, and it's going to repeat. So 10 o'clock, like I said, it was another 4-hour candle. It could have made a pullback, and I wanted to definitely get out the trade before 10 o'clock. So I just kept watching it and to see how high the trade is going to go. Of course, we had that push, that last push above the previous resistance. You can see I'm about to close my trade here shortly. I also noticed that it was coming in contact with some highs. You can see the green line is just my London high from yesterday, and the purple line is just my New York session high. And now I'm not even worried about this trade anymore. We're now looking at the triangle breakout setup. So we're just taking some notes here to see if we're going to hold this trade or close it. Of course, I end up closing it. And now we're back for London session. The market has pulled back into the same zone here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. The market is now going to be up here. We took the trade here. We closed out somewhere up here. and it's London session now. We were expecting the market to break below here so we can get that retest into the pattern, and we had a perfect retest into the pattern. Also respected this, I believe it was a 5-minute fair value gap. Yeah, we respected this 5-minute fair value gap as well, and you can see the market took off after that. We, I believe, closed somewhere around this candle here, and I'm just gonna play that out for you guys once again. So you can see here, market is pulling back, and I'm letting the team know, hey, we are getting into the buy zone. Buy. You can see I already been placing those buys in. I went a little smaller on my lot size. Usually I do like a full standard 1 or a 2. Like I said, I already made good profit for today. I didn't want to risk too much, so I just did a couple 0.25s, and pretty much as it was coming down into the area, I would add those positions. And you can see here, let's just fast forward it, let the market play out. Market came pretty low. Honestly, the market was about 20 pips away from hitting my stop loss. But like I said, you find your area, you find that best zone where you believe that price is going to reject from, and that's where you want to put your stop loss below or above, depending if you're taking buys or sell. Of course, when it comes to trading, guys, it's not always going to be this simple. But when you have a strategic setup, when you have a way that you can mechanically say this is going to do this, if this does this, then of course you can be very profitable in trading if you have a proper risk to reward ratio. Of course, like I said, I like to look for my patterns, and then once I see those patterns breaking out, I like to look for the smaller time frames, whether it's a 15-minute, 5-minute, or 1-minute fair value gap. I like to see a rejection from those levels here, and of course, like I said, that is a perfect pullback into the buy. Let's just let this play out some more here. Very simple, guys. Very simple trading here. You see the pattern, you wait for it to break out, you wait for the retest, you get in. Get a little bored here and decided to play some games. I believe I opened up League of Legends here as I was waiting for this to go through, and I got hopped in a match. And of course, as soon as I opened up the game, it jumped up to a nice area here, and I told myself, you know what, we made good money, profits for today. We're up another $1,000. Let's just close this trade. I'm taking up some more levels here. I put my Fibonacci. I seen that the 50% of this entire target was going to be at 95. So I said, let me just hold it to 95. But in reality, like I said, I already made my money, and I was pretty confident in this trade. And you can see that the market did just jump up here. I'm over here trying to hop in a game. You can see that the market did shoot up pretty high. This is pretty much where we got out of the market. So, like I said, we started negative, almost down 3K, and we are back up 2,500. So for today, almost a $6,000 profit gain. Extremely grateful for the market, of course. Extremely grateful to be able to read the market, to understand how to read the candlesticks, guys. It's really simple. Like I said, you don't want to overthink it. If the market's in a bullish trend, I see a neutral pattern like a triangle, I'm looking to follow the trend. I'm looking to buy. So the market is breaking out, and I see a clean pullback back into the pattern with solid bullish price action. I'm taking more buys. It's as simple as that, guys. This is a really quick breakdown video on gold today, just showing you guys a simple triangle pattern setup on the 15-minute. Like I said, the 15-minute is a smaller time frame, so I was expecting this to be a quick session pullback and a quick session buy. If this was an hour or maybe a 4-hour triangle pattern, I would expect it to maybe go into the next day. But like I said, this is pretty smooth, guys. Of course, if y'all enjoyed this video, just don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, y'all, peace.